97.3 ABC Illawarra. Breakfast with Peter Riley.
Good morning, 7:27. Next news at 7:30. And there's a new driver survey that's highlighting safety crisis in the bus industry. The New South Wales Transport Workers Union has revealed in a press release to us that there is systematic safety issues highlighted in the survey. They are saying caused by the state government tendering process that continues to put savings ahead of the passenger road and safety. Our journalist Nick McLaren caught up with Nick McIntosh from the Transport Workers Union and looked at this issue.
The TWU conducted this survey of our members across the bus industry, and we conducted it in Sydney and in Newcastle and in Wollongong. The point of the survey was to find out whether bus drivers felt pressured to do their jobs essentially after the government introduced competitive bus tendering in the industry. Now, we found that 90% of bus drivers feel pressured to drive unsafely by on-time running schedules, that 78% of drivers experience abuse from customers because of unrealistic timetables, and that a staggering 55% of drivers have reported serious maintenance issues going unresolved in their yards.
Right, now how is competitive tendering? Are you saying that's responsible for this?
That, along with KPIs that the government has introduced to go along with the competitive tendering. So to be part of the competitive tendering, the government said you need to meet these KPIs. A key performance indicator is a KPI. It's one of these great corporate buzzwords you often hear bandied around. In this case, what the government wants is for us drivers to meet 95% on-time running, which is fine so long as the timetable is not unrealistic. Now, we conducted a test of a new timetable the government had put out in Western Sydney. They just put one out. It took a driver 5 minutes more than the timetable without him having to even stop and pick up passengers. That's how unrealistic the timetable is.
So what happens if you don't meet these key performance indicators?
If a company doesn't meet a key performance indicator, then they'll get a series of warnings and fines, and after that point the contract could be terminated, which of course then means that the whole heap of bus drivers could be made redundant.
Now, the changes with the competitive tendering, is that rolled out across the state at the same time, or are we a bit behind some other locations? So there's still more to come for us?
Yeah, there is still more to come for the Illawarra. The Metropolitan Sydney first had the contracts, competitive tendering I should say, introduced in about mid-2012 to early 2013, and that's still getting rolled out across Metropolitan Sydney. As I understand it, the Illawarra has been given a small reprieve in that there'll still be a couple of years before competitive tendering is introduced here. But I've got no doubt that it will follow the Metropolitan Sydney example, and we'll be seeing that rolled out in the next couple of years here as well.
That's Nick McLaren talking to Nick McIntosh, who's from the Transport Workers Union, about buses and timetables on 97.3 ABC Illawarra. Speaking of Nick McLaren, he's in the news.